How's our office doing for sales? Still keeping up?
Office is actually crazy numbers right now. So June of 2019, the office did 54 deals.
Right?
So, or pardon me, July of 2019. So July of 2020, as of Friday, we did 105 deals.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
So it's double and a bit, or not quite
Yeah.
double and a bit. But I don't know what they brought in this morning because there was at least 5 more sitting there this morning. So, yeah, the number's big, to say the least. So,
I worked on one yesterday till 11:30, and we were in multiple offers going back and forth, and everybody wanted to go higher. And I mean, it's stressful for both parties, and certainly difficult for the agents who lose out. And you're trying to really would like to see everybody win, but it doesn't work out that way.
no, there's only 2 of you, one seller and one buyer that walks away happy, and all the rest are a little unhappy to really unhappy.
Yeah.
It's an interesting scenario, our marketplace, because there's certainly other pieces of the market that are doing very little, right? I mean,
Right.
You may have listings that are so active, and then you've got a bunch that are just doing nothing, right? And that correlation between the two is very, very interesting because there's no rhyme or reason, right?
Well, so the one I have next door here is not doing a thing, and it's been up now for 5 months. But we started off overpriced. That was that sad thing.
Yeah. Is it doing anything now?
I just relisted it again, second time, and of course lowered the price, but we're still not where I think we should be at. So just going through the steps.
Well, yeah, you have to increase the motivation somehow to get it right on the money. At some point, the market will catch up to that listing, and it's sad to say that the client's buying power is going to diminish. So there will be no gain, right? So
Absolutely.
that to me is people many times don't get that, and the big question is, now what do I do? Well, you're still only interested in the difference, right? If you're buying and selling, if you're cashing out, for sure things change. It does make work. It does make work for us because that's what we do, right, Dennis? If it wasn't for people like us, we would have to find somebody else to do this. So
Exactly.
it works. It works. But I don't know. Besides, we're here together today. That's pretty amazing, I think. Right? There's a few names here, so we have a few of these. So yeah, but anyway, so the office, that part of the office is very busy. So Denise was away last week, so she came back this morning, and of course by the time she gets there Monday morning, she's already cheated and looked online, and she goes, "Oh my God, there were so many deals." No, kind of funny, but it's okay. It is what it is, right?
Absolutely. We can handle it.
Nice change from 90 days ago. Come on, right?
Big change.
We all needed the reason to get out of our COVID holes, right?
It'll be interesting to see how long it stays. Will it go through the end of October? The momentum?
Talking about the momentum? Well, I think it's got a good chance. I think it's got a good chance. I think it'll depend a lot on how the health of the world stays, though, right? If we end up having, I guess, bad news in respect to what's going on there, right? In the world, I think that'll change it. But it doesn't. It's a nice, good market right now. Things are coming and going at a right speed. The listing count's not going up. It's not going down. It's a nice level market because I don't think things are overselling when you were competing with multiples there. Did it oversell? Do you think it sold for more than it was worth?
Not really. We got another $7,000-8,000 out of it, but it really didn't sell much more than it was worth.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the right answer too, isn't it? You know, the 7 or 8,000 isn't changing the market when you're talking about nowadays, you know, literally, you know, millions at times, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But it is interesting that I think that you see a lot of clients that are now looking for those realtors that give them comfort. In other words, the ones that have been around a bit, because they're, I get certainly in lots of people concerned about whether their interests are being well taken care of. Right? So, and part of that is tenure. You know, again, helps a little bit, or association with our powerful brand helps as well. So maybe a combination of the two. Anyway, it's kind of a good thing. I like the momentum. I've enjoyed it for sure. It's nice to counsel people with who are doing deals than trying to help people with trying to find clients, because there seems to be more clients and more deals these days than anything. So yeah, it's good. Anyway, it's 3:06 here. Looks like we got a few bodies. Mr. Froze is here. He's looking like he's you know, awake and happy, and Minnie's up and doing her thing. And we've got our fabulous coach there, and he's looking like he's, you know, laid back, ready to fly. Happy and welcome to you know, week number 8. I appreciate all of you who've gone through the 8 weeks. Just to be accountable and to show up is a pretty powerful beginning and certainly an end to what we're trying to do. I would think that well, Robert Silzer says he's just rebooting his computer. Apparently he had some challenges, but he'll be back. So I hope you all got some things out of this, because I certainly did. In the very simplest of form, and makes you step back and take some inventory about what you've been doing in your life, and certainly how things have been going along. So with that note, I'll dump it off to our coach, Mr. Keith, and let him go to work here for a bit. And again, very, very pleased to have you guys all out, and I'm sure we'll end up at least 1 or 2 more by the time we get through this. But anyway, share the time. Keith, my friend, it's you're up.
Awesome. Did you want to switch me over to be the host? That way I can record it, and then also just do the breakout rooms when needed. Awesome.
You are now.
Okay, I'll record.
Allergies are waking up. That's always nice.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, forgot the antihistamine. Oh no, I did take it this morning. I don't know. Anyway, there you go.
It's all good. It's all good. So here we are, and this is the 90-day challenge. We started 90 days ago, or 60-day challenge. We started 60 days ago, 2 months, 8 meetings, and you can see, I think we started something like 20-something, and we've come down to this. And what I want you to know is what we're really trying to do here is we really want to keep the wolves at bay. We want to start doing the things in our life that don't allow the COVID habits to come in and these things to happen in our life. It's the power of not negative thinking. So everything that I've been talking to you about, all the tools that that I've given you, you can go back, you can watch the videos, you can click on them, you can go through them, fast forward. Scott's got a library of the videos. All the tools are available. If there's anything you're missing, then just let me know and I can personally get it to you. The other thing too is you can take everything that you've got here and you can make your own tools for yourself and your business. What I'd like to see is everyone create a morning habit that is going to keep the wolves at bay, keep you focused on what you want to do. I got a couple of slides I'm going to push through here in a couple of minutes just to show you the work that we've done and why it's important to do that work. What I really want you guys to take away at the end of this is it's really your mindset that makes the difference. The work, you know, how many deals are being done out there, how many clients you have, all depends on your mindset and where you're at, your ability to ask for the business, your ability to stay in a framework of always looking to build business instead of being defocused by the emotion of not having business. And it's going to be ups and downs in any career, in any entrepreneur's life. It's what you do with it that matters. And so when we came to you because of the COVID habit, we came to you at a time where We were impacted by outside influences that created uncertainty and a lack of control in our life. And yet, there is this opportunity that's shown itself in this time. And Scott was just quoting the sales last July were 51 and the sales to date are 105. So double sales that it was July last year to what it is this year. Now, for some of you, that could be good, and for some bad, because now you're thinking like, where's my sales? Like, wow, why am I not killing it? Or where's my client? And that's the shit we don't want. We don't want you to go there. You know, I don't want you to go there. I personally want you to go to the place of just acknowledging and accepting where you're at and getting to a place in your mind where that acceptance is going to allow you to be emotionally stable to then go forward and take the actions and build the business that you want to build. You know, the daily routines that we've got, I've given you the daily worksheet, the life wheel, the work wheel. These are things that you can do that build a business that you can trust to perform. If you're ever, you know, wondering, what am I going to do in my business this week? You just pull out the work wheel, rank yourself out of 10, how you're doing in all the parts of your work, and just come up with small actions that you can do that week, put it in place and do it. If you're busy and you're overwhelmed and you've got a lot on the go, then you need to pull out the 4 quadrants and do what's urgent and important first, make the money. Then you need to do the business builders. That's the working in your business and on your business philosophy. And then putting the tasks to the bottom of the checklist. That way you're getting the important things done first. So it's these daily routines that are going to build the mind that you need to survive or to thrive as an entrepreneur in a very tough business. It's not for the faint of heart, you know? Ryan, you've been in the business. You can hold up in how many fingers? How long you been in the business? 5, 10, 15, 18 years. And is it as fun as it has ever been? You can go ahead, speak up. Yeah.
You know what I realized with COVID that recently happened, and we weren't working, and hearing of the travesties with people not being able to work, and then also seeing other people that do have to work and they travel and they take flights all the time and they're working, and there's these CEOs. I'm thinking, I really appreciate real estate. I want to do real estate. I want to work. You know, sometimes you get down and you say, I don't want to do all this work. I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed. No, I'm seeing it now, the other side, that I want this work. I like it. It's a good option for employment.
So important, man. It's so important to just get a reframe that, you know, not that, oh, look how lucky I am. It's like, no, I like what I do. Maybe we created a story from a hard time, or, you know, maybe there was a big story that we've created from the past that I don't like real estate, or because, you know, it's hard, guys, when people, you know, you do CMA, you compete. If you don't get it, you get it. If you don't win, you win. Like, it's the ups and downs. Yet if you really like helping people and you really like the job you do, and you notice the, you know, 18 years, Ryan, the amount of knowledge that you've gained is massive. And guys, what we're doing here is I'm hoping that through this, you guys will start to appreciate the vastness of the knowledge that you have by going through the process of accessing it with the questions that I ask and the processes that I do to make you realize that you have the answers for your own business. And there's a place in which this expansiveness of your genius has the answers for your business. You just have to access it. So by being focused being versus defocused. So I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully this works out for you guys and there's no glitches, but I'm just going to share my screen and pull up. All right. If there's any problems and you guys can't see that, let me know. So there's 2 types of focus. As a professional coach, I deal with practical focus, which is helping people develop their business plan, set their goals, their yearly budget, building and running their office systems, managing and converting and following up with their leads, marketing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's emotional focus, which is getting their life in balance or having it in harmony. You're never going to be in perfect balance. You're never going to have 50-50. You know, work might take up 50% of your time. The other 50% of your time, you should be paying attention to everything so you're in harmony. So you spend some time with the kids, you know, maybe you get on the boat, maybe you go for a walk, take care of your health. You just want to make sure that you're balancing it, but not balanced perfectly, just having things in harmony. Your state of mind is an emotional focus. Are you predicting a future negative outcome? If you are, that's going to impact your now. If your fears are running your business, fear of not making money, fear of the market, fear of not having enough, if that's running your business, you're going to be in trouble. Self-doubt, not knowing your personal value, questioning your value. If you have self-doubt and you question your value, you're going to unqualify people, you're going to work with unqualified people, and you're going to struggle in the business. Limiting beliefs. That is the one that is the biggest that everyone doesn't understand they have. It's called a blind spot. Everyone knows what a limiting belief is and power of positive thinking. But the truth is limiting beliefs can be something as simple as, you know, oh, COVID, nobody's going to buy in COVID. And then what you do is you don't engage in your business. And then we have a market in July where it's double from the year before, and you're missing out because you had a belief nobody's going to buy in COVID. Or you have a belief about your life, like it should be better than it is. I should have more money. I should have more success. And then that belief is limiting you from enjoyment because you're comparing to others and you're always putting yourself in a less than model, which is not going to have you in a great state of mind. Internal negative chatter. This is the place in which you believe everything you think to be true. And when it says blah, blah, blah about you, you choose to believe it instead of stopping it and then aligning with the truth. And the truth is very simple. Everyone knows exactly who they are and what they're capable of. They just don't want to see that sometimes when they feel like they're not achieving it. But the truth is, everybody here wants to make an impact in people's lives. You want to run a business that's successful. You want to provide for your family. You want to create freedom for yourselves so you can live the life that you want to live. And then anxiety and depression at the bottom. So when you see this list, and someone's going to hire me as a coach, where do you think I spend all my time? You think I spend it helping them with their business plan and the goals and the budget and, you know, running your systems? I mean, I might spend 10% of a session in a 1-hour session. I might spend 10 minutes reviewing the goals, the CEO's report, what they're doing. The rest of the session is I'm working on their emotional state of mind so they can be laser focused. So what does that look like? If I do that and they achieve from that, this is the difference. So this is how I can impact people's lives. And by being in the 60-day challenge, by working on your emotional focus, you're going to be able to grow your business faster, achieve success quickly, be efficient with your time, achieve results, create positive thoughts, create control and calmness, build on success, get more client satisfaction, remember the important things, and create the right image where referrals and repeat business comes to you. Now, if you're defocused by emotion and you're not focused, then what not being focused creates is it prolongs your business. It takes longer to grow it. It delays your success. It wastes your time. You don't achieve your results. You create negative thoughts. It creates frustration. It builds on failure. Drop the ball with clients, forget important things, and you don't have the right image for the referrals. So that's how simple this is. Again, it's this place in which we are wanting to make sure that we stay emotionally focused. So when you notice, you stop, notice, start over. When you notice that you're not emotionally focused, you can pull out any of the tools that I've given you and we've discussed and we've worked through, because every tool I have made is made for the purpose and the sole purpose of getting your emotional focus straight in line. And then the practical focus is the work wheel, where you know that you're doing the right things in your business because it's a +1 action that you know is going to make your life and or business better. So I'll escape out of this. All right. So now that we know that and we know why we're doing it, everyone's going to take the time. I think there's 5, 6 of us here. Write down your successes in the last 7 days that you had since our last meeting. What successes have you had in the last 7 days? Write down or think about it. What Give me a minimum of 3 in business and or personal that you've had and done in the last 7 days. And then as you're writing down those successes, I want you to write what worked well for you to achieve it. What small actions did you take to achieve those successes? So if you managed to sell a listing or you managed to sell a buyer, then how did you get that buyer and what did you do to get that buyer and how did you convert them and get loyalty, put them in the car, drive them around? If it's a listing, you know, did you get the listing and then do a 2-step and then walk through and then get the evaluation and then win the client over and then get the right price and then put it on the market and then do the showings and sell it and go through the inspection and then renegotiate and then get a subject removal and yeah, it's done. So what little things did you do to achieve those successes? If you found yourself in a positive mental state of mind and you found yourself that you've shifted in the 60-day challenge, then the success would be, I've shifted my mindset. The little things that I did to do that were to notice when I wasn't in a good mindset, to apply some of the skills or to apply some of the actions or the tools that we've accumulated here. And because of that, I've switched my mindset. We want to acknowledge the work that you've done, and we want to be able to go to a place of saying, I did that. I focused on my life. I showed up every day for the hour. I committed to myself. I implemented these actions and tools. And then all of a sudden, you're going to realize that the work you're doing is giving you the life you want, which means you also have to realize when not doing the work is going to give you the life that you don't want. And so what I want you guys to do is remember that when you're in choice, you make 2 choices. You choose to do the right thing, and you choose not to do the wrong thing. Think about that every time you make a choice. If you're a dad and you choose to take the kids on the boat, that means you made the choice to take them on the boat, and you also chose not to ignore your kids. If you made a decision in your business and you chose to send a mailer out, that means you chose to pay attention to your business instead of choosing to ignore your business. If you did a kind act, because this week we were supposed to when in choice, choose kindness. So if you chose to be kind to somebody, then that means that you chose not to be mean. So that's the one way that you can realize and get twice the juice out of every choice that you do, is acknowledge the choice you made and why you did it, and then also acknowledging the choice you didn't make, which is important, especially in business, especially as an entrepreneur, because your business relies on you. So if your emotional focus is and your emotional focus game is on and your practical focus is on, then you're going to get that in your business. That means you are operating at a higher level for yourself because of the work that you've done. Now you got to answer the question. And if you want to know what the most important thing to do this week is, you answer this question. It would have been even better if I did what last week? Would have been even better if I took time off. It would have been even better if I followed up my leads. It would have been even better if I contacted some clients. It would have been even better if I did what? And that's your genius telling you what the most important thing to do this week is, because it should have been done last week. And then finally, if you want to have practical focus, you have to manage your emotions. No, you have to lead your emotions. So you want to know what you're going to be doing in the next 60 days. And you want to know if you're able to do that or not. So in the next 60 days, what is your goal or what is your commitment in the next 60 days? 2 and 2, 4, my commitment is to spend more time at the gym. Whatever your commitment is, that's your 60-day outlook, and that creates predictability, and that creates a place of certainty. And when you get to a place in your business where you're trying to do 24 deals, and you've got 2, 2, 2, and you've done your 2s, and you have 4 in the hopper, and they're real, and you got 2 more for August and 2 more for September, and now you're lead generating for October, November, that's exactly where you want to be in your business. So you need to know your numbers. You need to have that information. So when I say to you, what is your 60-day or your 30-day commitment looking forward, and do you have enough to fulfill it? I'm trying to help you to create a place that you will get to one day where you have enough for the next 60 days, and all the lead generating you're doing is for the next 60 days where you can create certainty in your business, and you'll have an emotional focus where you feel great and therefore taking care of the practical things, which will allow you to go from 24 to 36. It's all up here. It's all up here. Because what it takes to get from 24 to 36 is not what everyone thinks. It's actually easy. The hardest thing is to go from 0 to 12. That's the hardest thing, the first 12 deals you ever do. Then to go from 12 to 20, but if you go to 24 to 36, it's just doing more of the things that you've done, asking for the business, past client touches, maybe client events, just listed, just sold, some social media, maybe doing some charity work. The practical things that you do only get done when your emotional focus and your state of mind is in the place that you can do those things. That's why we do the 30-day forecast, and do you have enough in your lead pool? And the last thing I want you to write down is, what's your intention for the next week? What is your intention for the next week? What do you want your next week? Your intention, my intention this week is to generate more business for security for my family. My intention this week is to increase my marketing to give myself more chance for more business down the road. My intention this week is to ask for the business. My intention this week is to create more health. My intention this week is to have more balance. What is your intention in the next 7 days? Now, by setting the intention, writing it down, your brain is going to make different decisions going forward than it would if you didn't do that. An example, a client of mine got this on a high level. She started writing her intentions down, and she realized she was making different decisions. So she decided, instead of going on a diet, she just wanted to lose 20 pounds. So every day she wrote on her daily notepad, her intention was lose 20 pounds, lose 20 pounds, lose 20 pounds. Didn't put a goal weight, didn't go on a diet. What she found was she made different choices every day when she was at the fridge that she wouldn't have made had she not set the intention. So guess what? She did that for 30 days, and at the end of 3 weeks, she lost 15 pounds. And it was because she had an intention that she talked about every day that had her brain focused. So when she went to the fridge, instead of reaching right for the whatever, she went left for the better option. And that's the kind of things you want to do. You want to set your intention. All right, so everyone's done their thing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nina's on the phone, so she might not be able to do this. But what we're going to do is I'm going to separate the rooms. I'm going to give us a little longer than 5 minutes because last time that wasn't long enough. So I'm just going to get down here. You won't see me. And then you're going to share your that should do it. And now I want to create a time frame. And we'll give you guys 8 minutes instead of 5 minutes. We'll open the rooms. Okay, so when I open the rooms, you guys are going to head out, share with each other, watch the timer. When it hits 4 minutes, somebody times the first person and then just say switch and then do your share as well. Here we go.
Mr. McDonald. I get the big guy. I think you're on mute still. Are you there?
I am now.
Hey,
Yeah,
boss.
yeah. Well, Robin's here too, but I think she's.
Oh, I got the real bosses happening. Like
Yeah.
the president and the vice president. I'll call you vice president.
Definitely. Yeah. The gene pool's far less on my side of the program for sure. But that's all good. All good. So you got some successes to share. I certainly do. Yeah.
I do. Do you want me to go first?
If you'd like to, yeah, I'd love to hear.
So I took Keith's advice from last week, where he said, you know, go some of those listings, do some relist, because I had 2 listings coming up that I wanted to refresh, and I needed them relisted. They've been on the market for, you know, 3 months, and it's time. It's a little bit overdue. So I pretty much word for word did what he said, with, you know, telling them we're going to meet, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about price, and we'll do different things. And sure enough, they all said, okay, come on. You know, we met with them, and the one I thought was going to kick me to the curb, I was quite nervous for that one, because they had only given me 3 months in the beginning, but I told them everything I was doing, including going to the showings as many times as I could, explaining it, the furniture of my own that I put in there, and they agreed to reduce the price and put a new listing out too. So that was a good success.
That's pretty amazing when you actually, you know, no, not when you actually, but when you go and you fly that kite, when you're concerned about if it's going to fly or not, and you realize that, yeah, these guys are really on your side, and they're looking at what you're doing, and they're thinking, yeah, this dude's okay. Yeah, you know, he's giving us good advice, and he's come to the parade. That's amazing.
That's pretty much what they said. They said, yeah, we like that. We like your thoughts. We like your opinion. So we'll keep going. So, and the other one was the other listing I redid and put a little bit lower. And I said, I went over the feedback. I said, everybody says your living room's too small, but we know what the square footage is. So it's that couch you have in there, that huge couch with the chaise lounge. Get it out of there. They said, okay. They did. I had 3 showings on the Saturday, and we got an accepted offer. So
You're amazing. Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take it. I'm amazing. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. Well, I still think though that what you're doing though is you're being fair with your clients, right? You're being fair with yourself even. So when you're going back and you're telling people, you're telling it with conviction, right? And when they hear you, they're going, yeah, well, you know, what he's telling us is something that's certainly a positive, right?
Well, I mean, and this is something Dawn told me, but it was, you never want to tell your clients you don't know what to do next. You want to tell them something. You got to tell them what to do next. They're looking at you for advice.
That's really good. I like that one. Never tell them you don't know what to do next. Yeah.
Because could you imagine you tell your client so what do we do next? Well, I don't know. Just keep doing what we're doing. You know, how much confidence does that instill?
Yeah, I got one like that right now, so I'm going to use that. Got to make sure that doesn't come up. Yeah.
How about you? Successes, Scott.
Well, I got some good successes. You know, what's that?
You hired a new agent for us?
I should probably, I'm working on 2 more actually, but yeah, it's good. I hired one last week. We had one come over from All Points, which is kind of good. Cassidy Cask is her name. She's part of the Cask family. So you need a deal on concrete now. I'm pretty sure at least you got an in. I'm not 100% sure she's got a line to that family, but based on her last name, I'm thinking she's pretty powerful when it comes to buying some concrete or getting rid of some people you're not too happy about. You know, and it's that Jimmy Hoffa thing. You know, and in the concrete foundation somewhere there's a body. But yeah, no, I did. I was able to. I had one particular listing of my own that I was having a bit of a challenge trying to get an accepted offer on for a long time, and I was able to use a couple of people together, and we ended up getting a full price offer. And it's one of those ones you kind of look back again. You try to figure out, okay, so what makes it unique? Well, there wasn't anything. So then the next option to that is, you know, you just go back to promoting yourself between the 2 people, right? Making sure that everybody understands that it's a very sought after piece of real estate, and not to lose that. And then all of a sudden I got 2 offers, right? But overcoming the fact that it was an estate sale, and it was a big concern, you know, in our Asian community about this estate sale, right? So anyway, I enjoyed that. I got happy with our change at Sabre with Lori here now. So those of you, if you didn't know that, Lori's back.
I saw her come the other day, and I said, "Hey, you're back for temporarily?" She says, "No, for good." So she's back. Both and
Kirsten.
Kirsten's back. She's still with us.
Yeah, Kirsten's still with us. So Kirsten's going to go, and she wants a variety of things. Anyway, the biggest thing is that she's talking about maybe going back to school at least part time. So uh, using some of the time for her. She does a bunch of I don't know what you call it, self-help groups that she was part of, and she wants to do more of that. So I think it's going to work in that Lori will be here more full time, and then she'll be kind of the 3/4 person or the 60% person. So that's good. But she's lovely. Kirsten is very lovely and nice person to be around. I think so. But yeah, it's good. It's good. And I don't know, I did my things this week. You know, I made a decision to get rid of the tenant in my life that was pissing me off. I haven't given him notice, but he's getting it today. So, you know, it's kind of anyway. We've been talking about it. So the proper see you later notice is signed over here. So he's going to get a little visit today.
Nice.
And it's one of those things you got to whatever take the whole and make it happen. So
Yeah.
pretty sure you've had those challenges, whether they're realtors or they're deals or where they're they're tenants or people in your life that are stealing time from you that don't have that right. So yeah, you just have to keep that in perspective, I think. So yeah, it's good. And you know what? I don't know when you talked about what would make yours even better. What's that one better action that would have made last week even better?
You know, I think last week was pretty good. I went away for a few days to the Okanagan with family, and did an offer while I was up there, and you know, went into multiples, almost lost it until I realized I was losing it. Then I threw all the ammo at it I could and begged and pleaded and said we could even come up some more money, and you know what? It ended up working out in our favor. We still got it under ask, and we got the offer. So hey, you know what would have made it better? I guess I do a bit more work to bring more money in, but it's summer. You got to enjoy the sun too, right? So I have a marketing piece I'm going to work on, and I'm going to talk to you about this. It was something the mayor of Anmore told me to do. So I want to talk to you about it and get your thoughts before I promote it and do it.
Oh, happy to do that for sure. There you go. Oh, well, I think we must be running out of time. We're down to 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. There we go. So why don't I just kind of go around the room and everyone could just kind of share maybe a takeaway you got from hearing what others were doing. Maybe you got some inspiration or maybe you got some ideas. Anyways, why don't I start with Dennis? Dennis?
Some ideas that I got. Well, I suggested to Nina, seeing that she's coming back to work, why don't we work together? I mean, she's not got her license right now. Maybe I can help her out a little bit.
Nice. Magic.
Why not?
Perfect.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Good for you. Robert, anything you got from your group or any takeaway or learning or just a good convo?
Yeah, I had a good little chat with Nina, who's in the car, you can see, and she's got the kids, and that is one busy mom, so I'm inspired just by all the plates she's got spinning. She's outdoor knocking, and she's doing this. So yeah, it's very inspiring just to see that she's keeping it all in balance, and it's not easy with young kids. Mine are long grown, but and then I shared I survived a bike wreck yesterday, and I patched myself up. I should have had quite a few stitches, but I used duct tape to patch myself up till I could get to a doctor today, so I just made it back in time, and so apologies for being a little late on
no worries.
session.
That's great. Well, good. Must be nice. Hey, Nina, you can go. It must be nice to hear that you're inspiring someone by working hard, hey?
Thank you. Yes, I hope. Yeah, I shared with him that I went door knocking. We set a goal to do that every Thursday and Friday of the week, and for 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. when people are at home after work and have a wine glass by them or something like that, and they'll be happy to open the door and chat. So yeah, we try to do that. It seems like it works. That week it works well. We handed out a few cards and chat with people, and people are pretty much up to date with the market, and yeah, so I think it was pretty good.
Good. And did you get a learning or takeaway for you from talking to Robert at all?
Yes, definitely. So he said he biked at least 40 kilometers, so that's really amazing. I think keep up the spirit, stay active.
And I have a souvenir.
And send out mailers to your clients. Keep in touch. I think that's what he do, and that's really good. I think I'm gonna have to try to learn from him to reach out to more of my clients through that way too. Send out some mailers. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Ryan, anything you took away from your convo?
Yeah, it was a good chat with the boss, and he was reminding me to clean up the time wasters and focus on what's important and what's going to bring you money and not waste your time, and that's always a good refresher.
Oh, good. Awesome. Scott, how about you? Any learning takeaway from your convo?
Well, when you talk, well, I was with Ryan there, and so when you're talking with Ryan, and he's a tough act to follow, because last week he was on the boat. Before that, he was in the backyard. So I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm not doing it quite right. So, but what he did comment, and he gave me something that I wrote down, and I'm going to see if I can get it right. He says, "Never tell your client you don't know what to do next."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good aha moment, because a lot of times we have cornered our clients corner us, and they ask us, okay, so my house isn't sold, whatever, we're not getting showings, whatever the outcome or the goal is, and you're not getting there. Sharing with the answer that you don't know what to do next is probably a weak moment on your side, because your clients want to hear the fact that you have direction and you have ideas on how to move this forward, because that's what they're paying.
You mean,
yeah.
You mean the light in the lighthouse is burnt out?
It's at least dimmed down a bit.
Guys, whenever you get into a tough jam, first of all, never make a phone call or have a client meeting without being prepared for what you think they might say or do, because you're pretty smart, okay? So always go in prepared. Take 5 minutes of silence, write down some notes, and always have a plan, like just whatever that is. And then, you can ask questions like, get ahead of it and say, is there anything more that you would like to see us doing that we're not doing? And it's a feedback frame where you say, is there anything more you would like? And is there anything you would like less of? So it allows them to give you the critique of something they may not like, but it gives them a structure in which they can give you honest feedback. And honestly, a realtor, you should always have, updated statistics from the photographer or from the hits on MLS or from your social media. Every time you contact a client, you have to be providing value. And if you're confused on what that is, hold up a mirror and look at it, because you're the value, and make sure that you give them your value. It's like if someone met me on the street as a coach, right? And they're like, what do I do? It's like, I don't have the answer. I would say, well, how are you feeling? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your business? And they'd be like a 6. If you're to go to a 7, what would you do? Well, I do mailers. Great. Go do some mailers. Have a great day. I'm out, right? Everyone has the answers for their life. Just help them get there. And when you're talking to a client, never pick up the phone without being prepared. If you're calling and you're calling clients, have the computer up and have the sales in their area up. And so when they're like, do you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood? I just saw your neighbor sold. I just wanted to touch base with you, whatever. And you might get through less calls because you got to do more work, but that's okay. It's not about a numbers game, which is great. So, Robin, what was your learning and or takeaway from the convo?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear. Okay, good. I will say that the takeaway was one of the things that Scott had mentioned around something that you need to get rid of that's emotionally draining. And how much time that takes away from your focus and from accomplishing your goals, because it's something that is it's just like a sore that you keep picking open and you expect that it's going to get better and it never does. And you have to put a Band-Aid on it for once and for all and deal with that piece. Otherwise, you won't be able to move forward with what it is that you want to do.
Exactly. We are limited on, the mind is limited. You can't focus on more than one thing at a time, yet you have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And if that thought is the client that's a pain in your ass, and you think about that all the time, it's stopping you from having a state of mind of being successful in your business and having a positive outcome. So sometimes you have to fire a client to take better care and have more clients. So there is this place where your mind space is taken up with a worry, concern, or squeaky wheel, whatever it may be. And that's the point at which your emotional focus is going to be directly off task. That's a great takeaway. Thanks for sharing. Minnie, did you get a takeaway or learning from your convo?
Yep. Hearing Dennis being busy, sold the unit and listed another and doing some mail-ins inspires me again to go back to work. I gotta learn the business again after being off for a while. And hearing all this encouraging and learning tools that you're giving is really inspiring and make me nail my plans to really proceed to the renewal of my license.
Remember, when you make a decision, you're either all in or you're all out. There's no foot half in, all right? Especially real estate.
Yes.
Real estate, so, if Dennis is offering some help, you guys should, you could Zoom, every day in the morning. You could start talking about how that's going to look and what's going to look like, and, or pick, just either way, you're all in or you're all out.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Same with your life. You're all in or you're all out. I lead my life. I plan things. I plan ahead. I have vacations. I make sure every week I plan something, and I lead my life so that the intention is to have a great life. If I read you my, daily routine, guys, I've done this for going on 18 years. I built my own tool for me, and I help people with it all the time. So when I got into the office today, I set my daily intention to take actions that create a good future. And I wrote down some specific actions in the list. Then I said, I'm grateful for my coaching business and my state of mind. Today's a good day for Coach Keith. So I wrote down that I appreciate these things about me that has a coaching business. I am focused, I am hardworking, and I am skilled. And then to have my state of mind, I said, I am doing the work and I am purpose driven. So that's the first thing I wrote down today. What am I looking forward to? A bike ride, good food, and a cocktail later on tonight. As simple as that may seem, just writing it down and just writing it in that order, I'm looking forward to the end of the day. Now, what am I going to do? Well, there's everything. I got to call my marketing guy. I got to pay the invoice. I got to book the writer. I got to deposit the money. I got to start a letter to the landlord. I got to, right? And in there at lunch, it says Subway, ! Salad, ! So I sat in here in the morning with my morning coffee and planned my day. And then I just executed it. And I know I need to do that, because if I don't, then I'm just going to go off path. I'll get defocused. I'll get distracted. All right. So now here's my question to you guys. And this is the one you're going to answer. You're going to write it down. And this is going to be a commitment that you make for the rest of the year. A commitment to yourself. And the question is, what is a learning or something that you understand now that you're committed to do for the rest of this year to achieve your best outcome? What is a learning or something that you now know from this process, this 60-day process, that you're going to commit to for the rest of the year? Doesn't have to be an astronomical, it's just like maybe a little learning that you're going to commit to doing for the rest of the year. That's going to keep you creating the habits that you need to have for your best success. The plan is we'll rip through those. We'll make that commitment.
That's
That's a tough one. Who said that?
That's a major one.
Well, let's not make it major, Minnie. Let's make it mini, Minnie.
Just like what you said, it's either I'm all in or all out.
Well,
that's-
this is I'm talking about your life now, Minnie. So this isn't about work. This is about your life, right? What are you willing to do for the next year? Are you willing to take more me time? Are you willing to organize yourself? Are you willing to start writing tasks down? Are you willing to make a plan? Do you want to, what are you wanting to do in your life that's not huge, that yet's going to make a difference? Because listen, guys, up until now, you've got some great learnings, some great tools. Everybody here has a genius with an expansive learning. Everybody knows what they need in their life. So I'm asking you, what do you need more of by the end of this year that's going to make you happier? That's going to make you more content? That's going to make you feel more in flow or more in harmony? Do you need more time away? Do you need time with the family? Do you need more, do you need better sleep? Do you need better health? Like, what is a commitment you're willing to make to yourself? And it's not going to be huge, just so that you can do it at the end of the year. I'll lead off. I wrote the question down for you, but what the hell? I'll lead off. I'll just got to give it some thought. That's all. So I'm okay. So, when you get used to listening to your genius like I do through my coaching and my coaching sessions, it was yelling the whole time out, right? It's my health. It's number one, my health. I'm 54. My body's not acting like it used to. I've gained a few lbs that I don't like to look at in the mirror. They're pasty and white somehow. I don't know how that happened. And so I'm committing to my health. I'm committing to my diet. I'm going to cut out bread. I started making these nutrition drinks, but I'm not going on a diet. Okay. I'm not going to go lose 50 pounds and, become Superman. What I am going to do is I'm going to make a commitment to myself and this group and to this world of truth that I'm going to take better care of my physical health. Now, if I do that or not, it's up to me, but that's the commitment I'm making. So Minnie, I just made that on the spot. That's just like what I know I need to do for me. Right?
That's a
Okay,
good guide
so-
for me too. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, so work with that. Ryan, why don't you start us off, brother? What's your commitment? What are you going to do?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule and plan and start my day prior to me scrolling Facebook.
Oh, wow. Good one. I like that.
Yeah. It's a hybrid of what you were saying with scheduling and planning. And I've been thinking already about, I don't want to focus on Facebook, whether it's positivity or negativity in the morning. I want to focus on myself first. So maybe I put that to the side. So I'm going to do that. I wrote that down.
That's awesome. And what I love about that, it's not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's an and philosophy, which is doable. I'm going to schedule myself first and then look at Facebook, right? Because to say I'm not going to look at Facebook's like lying to everyone in the room and saying I'm never going to have a beer again. Those two things don't go together. All right, Dennis, what is your commitment to yourself for the year? Rest of the year.
Take one full day off each week to do writing and painting.
Oh, wow. I love that. Good for you. Awesome. Robert.
Certainly from the work standpoint, I need to stay in better touch with my clients. I need a better work-play balance. And I've gotten into a pretty good habit of starting my day with an attitude of gratitude. And I always start first getting to the gym somewhere between 6 and 7. I've learned that if I don't have my health, because that does physical and mental, then nothing else works. And I think it's the one big takeaway that I'm getting from Corona is that we as a human species really telling us we need to take better care of our health, because the ones that aren't are certainly getting taken out.
So what is the commitment you're going to do? Is it more to your work-life balance? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, better work-life balance. Like days like today, it's real easy to go, I think I need to play and have a bike ride. And I think the message yesterday with my bike wreck was, yeah, okay, 40K is enough. You should really get off the bike and go do something more productive. And so I ended up with a reminder that I'll be nursing for a week or two yet.
Brilliant. And again, I just want to reinforce that's an and philosophy. It's not either or. He's going to work and have fun. He doesn't have to throw out the good for the bad. So, Nina, what is your commitment for the rest of the year now after our 60-day challenge? And what are you going to do? What's your commitment?
My commitment to myself for the rest of the year is to go to the gym. I have a membership, and it's, they've been charging me and have been putting it off. Didn't really go to the gym during this time. So I want to kind of focus on that. My goal is to shed 5 pounds and tone my body. Other than that, stay focused with family, raising the kids during this time, making sure that they are up to date with the board's education. While it's online school, it's a bit hard for them. So I think I will spend more time helping the kids doing that and keep them in line.
So what I hear there is, it's that old adage when you're on the plane, put the oxygen mask on you first so you're better for the kids. So by going to the gym, taking care of your health, getting toned, you'll be a better teacher for the kids. And of course, a really great example of showing them how balance is as well. Scott, what's your takeaway, or what is going to be your commitment for the rest of the year to give yourself your best outcome?
Well, mine's going to be kind of simple, and that's I've been trying to do the writing down and do the planning thing that you've started. Coming out with that daily commitment. I must admit I haven't done it daily, but I have certainly done it weekly. I in history did it a lot, and now for the last little while I have not. And I must admit, when you crystallize your thoughts and your vision for the short term, it certainly makes a difference. So that'll be my commitment will be that, I will make sure that I review my successes and my goals weekly at the very least. And I also wrote something in for the health, and that is just to make sure that I keep moving. And I've done, again, a pretty good job through COVID, but I just want to make sure that doesn't stop. So keep moving, making sure to eat a little bit better, kicking out the bread. I don't know, that's a problem, but I can live with the other things. Yeah, anyway, that's my commitment between now and the end of the year, is that I'm going to try to do my best to stay focused and making sure that the definition of success is still in the forefront there. So.
Brilliant. So, Robin?
Well, based on Scott's answer, he's telling me I need to put Michelle Obama, our sourdough starter, away. So I'll definitely do that.
I didn't say that. I didn't know about the bread. I quite enjoyed that whole bread, so.
I know, but it's time to say goodbye, at least temporarily. So the things that I do a daily plan, but I have to say that what I've let go in favor of just noting the things that have to be done is I've let that gratitude piece go. So while it's not that I'm not grateful, I've not been writing that down, and I need to be doing more of that. And I also am committing to doing more weekly and monthly reviews of what's working, what's not working, because it has led me to some thoughts about what I need to do for the next 11 months in my board chair role, and certainly what I need to do during tax season and the rest of the year for my clients, because those pieces have been working, where I have scheduled in and made sure that those work pieces are the primary focus, and I just need to be a little more directed with conversations and with making sure that I am doing my volunteer role to the best of my ability until such time as I am no longer on the board.
Awesome. So, the connection there is quite good. The only thing that truly puts us in the moment is when we're in gratitude for what we have, because we're focused on what we have and what we're grateful for in the moment, which is going to allow you to prioritize better when you're in the moment, not in the future or the past. So that simple act of gratitude is actually going to impact exactly what you want to happen. So, you're committed to just writing that down, and it will make a difference. So good for you. Well, I've got Minnie and Shelly left. Minnie, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes just in case. Shelly, if you're there, what are you going to commit to for the rest of this year? Oh, what's this? This isn't fair. She's at the beach. You're on mute. You're on mute, Shell. It was Ryan on the boat last week, and now it's you here. So go ahead.
This is what I'm committing to. Being where I am, I have big goals for the rest of this year, and I'm going to make them happen. Thoughts matter. And planning each day as to what I'm going to do, and also a huge part of it is planning when it ends and planning that time for me this time.
Awesome. Brilliant. Well, you look great. You look like you're in your happy spot out there. So congratulations. I am jealous. My commitment is not to be jealous anymore. Okay. I'm coming up. I'm getting in my car and I'm grabbing a 6-pack and I'm going to be on the beach in 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, Minnie, here we are. What's the commitment you're willing to make to yourself so that you can go forward and have the best outcome for you?
Okay, as of now, I'll stop thinking living a Shelley's life. The beach. Anyway. Okay. What else? But really going back to work, and then I would like to really get my license. So working on it. Attending this session, it makes me more, I guess, ambitious or encouraged. So doing all those necessary things like calling people already, reading statistics, learning how to prepare contracts again. And so to complete the cycle of knowing and then start again, all over again.
So my friend, I would highly recommend reaching out to the people in your world that love you and want to help you, and those that have already offered, and create a little group where you can keep the momentum going. Check in with your manager, make him help you, because tell him what you need for help, and that would be great. So that covers it, guys. That's the 60-day challenge. We've seen each other 8 times. We've had 8 sessions. I just want to appreciate all of you and your commitment, and you know, you're all doing the things that you need to do. We need to have better balance. We need to take care of ourselves. It's our mind that runs everything. So make sure you guys focus and take care of that, and the rest will follow. So awesome to see you all for this time, and you know, go get them.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you, Keith, for your efforts. I think to say that it wasn't fruitful is just an understatement. You people made a big difference. You made a big difference to a lot of people here, and even the sharing got so different from the beginning to the end because people's mindset has changed, right? So I thank you all for your efforts. I love the idea that you know, that people have made it work, right? No matter where they were. I mean, we've had a variety of locations. You know, Shelley so far win, but I'll cheat. And I know I know that Robin's on in her kayak right now. That's why she's.
Oh, wow!
So I'm just letting the cat out of the bag on that one, but I was wondering.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah, so but it is about people committing, and so when you step back and you think, okay, well, how do I move forward? Well, you know what, you commit, be consistent. So anyway, we're super proud to have you all, and I can't wait to maybe come up with another plan, and we'll get together again. In the meantime, if there's something I can do to help you or your business, please, I would welcome the opportunity to do that. You've all certainly taken inventory on the way you think about it. It may not be life changing, but it certainly makes you life, you know, reviewing and seeing what happens. So at that point, I wish you a happy Monday, and I look forward to many more exciting moments that we can have together and share to build our businesses and make our lives more powerful. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
Thanks, Scott.
And guys,
Thanks,
and
Coach.
guys, yeah, make sure.
Thanks, Keith.
Oh, thank you, guys. If you don't mind, just go to AIM Coaching and send me a review on Facebook or on Google. That would be greatly appreciated. Any feedback would be awesome as well. If you think you would have liked anything better, let me know. But anyways, guys, have yourselves an amazing summer. Stick to that commitment. Write that yearly commitment down somewhere so it'll stick in your brain, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Thanks again. Thanks, Scott.